Hey guys, Kirkcaster here, and today I want to talk about everything that you need to know about Duel Quests and PSO2. So first off, what are Duel Quests? Well, they are solo high difficulty missions where you confront one of the region's main bosses. So either Nex Aelio, Renus Ratem, Ams Caveris, or Nils Stia. With these bosses, however, they aren't just their normal variants. They actually have this prefix called Indomitable, which gives them a way higher attack and HP values. So if you go into these quests unprepared and don't have the right gear, you'll have a bad time. If you think you're up to the task, though, you can just go to any quest counter in any city, and then there'll be an option called Duel Quests. This will allow you to choose one of these different bosses. And for all of them, they only require a battle power of 3119 to get in, but they do come with some restrictions. So you only get 5 minutes to kill the individual boss, and because you are solo or by yourself, you can't really revive normally. The only way to revive is if you use scape dolls. In all honesty, though, if you try to just jump into these duel quests without using the new capsules that came along with this, you're going to not really be able to clear it unless if you're just like a god player that may be able to get like a B rank on it. These new capsules that I'm talking about are the Defi or the Defi capsules, whatever you want to call them. But there's 5 different ones in total, and you can equip all of them on your different pieces of gear. So going through them one by one, the Defi series here gives you 7% potency and offensive PP recovery plus 30%. But just keep in mind that with these augments, they don't apply to everything in the game and only to these dual phase 1 quests. And do note, these are only available for main class equipable weapons. What this means isn't just like you can only augment your weapons, you can actually apply these to your armor pieces as well. But if you have like a subclass weapon or like a multi-weapon, it doesn't apply to a thing that isn't your main class. So if you're a force, for instance, and you're using a rod, but you also have like jet boots, then you won't get these benefits towards the jet boot attacks. So essentially, because these augments are almost like a requirement in themselves, you pretty much have to use your main class weapons. But yeah, this is just one of them, the DeFi series. For another one here, let's go look at the Eris one. This is a defensive one. So this also gives 7% potency. All of them do. And they have like this sub effect. So the Eris one has damage resistance plus 20%. It has all of those restrictions as well. The next one, there is the Homius capsule, which gives increased PB gauge when attacking plus 30%. And then for the other two, they are more like DPS ones. So the Makamis is potency floor increase plus 20%, and then the Plutos for the last one gives you crit rate plus 5%. So as you may have guessed, when looking at these, you pretty much need to make your own separate armor set and weapon specifically for these dual quests with these augments on them. And just once again, these all are in their own categories, so you can have all 5 of them on a single piece of equipment. But now, how do you actually obtain these different capsules? Well, there's a few different ways. First off, right here, you can buy them out of the player market, but that can be quite expensive since it's so new. So for the ways that you can actually get it for yourself, there's a few of them in the seasonal shop with the 2nd anniversary event. You just got to talk to Jamie over here and spend some of your seasonal points that you'll earn throughout the event. They are quite expensive, though. They are 30,000 a pop. As you can see here, I bought all of the Defi Homius here, but you can buy up to 10 on your account, and then also 10 of the Eris ones, as well as the series ones. But yeah, 30,000 pop, so if you want all 30, you need to get 900,000 seasonal points. Then for the only other way currently, you can do the urgent quest, the Happy Rappy Rumble, which is also part of this 2nd anniversary event, which will give you these 3 as well as the other 2 that we saw, the Plutos and the Makamis. But it seems like those 2 in particular are more rare to drop, as you saw with like those millions in price. But those also are the more coveted of the Defi capsules because they go towards DPS versus just like defensive or utility. Now, unfortunately, because that is an urgent quest, it only shows up every few hours or so, and there is currently no trigger version for this quest. So actually, it just showed up right now on my screen. But yeah, it's this Happy Rappy Rumble. You need a battle power just like the dual quest of 3119 to be able to participate. But there will be other ways to get these different augments in the future. For a limited time quest, kind of like in the end of May leading into June, there will be this Dazzling Chaos Suppression Op 23, and you can get these special augments in there. But there isn't anything else on this like second anniversary thing that kind of shows giving the DeFi augments. But I imagine there will be something else in the future that's more permanent instead of these limited time activities, because the dual quests themselves are permanent. So it'd be kind of weird to not get the DeFi capsules elsewhere. But now after you get all of those DeFi capsules and finally beat the different bosses in these dual quests, what do you actually get for rewards from these? Well, there's actually a number of different things. First off, there are different titles that you can complete to get cosmetics as well as star gems. So there's ones for S ranking them, which takes 3 minutes to S rank, 4 minutes to A rank, and just completing it gives you a B rank. But then there's also ones which I already completed here, where you just have to complete them to get star gems. But if you complete every single one, you actually get a ton of cosmetics. So a mag form, an idol, as well as a stamp Rappy Sleepy. These are what all the items look like. So the idol is like holding out that red tablet that you're just kind of like poking at. The mag form are these like wings, which look pretty cool to me. And then also the stamp right here, just a little Rappy sleeping. For other first clear rewards, you actually get 50 star gems from each one that you complete for a total of 200. But for the main reward that you're going to be farming for from these different dual quests are the Formido Fusia capsules. So these are new, and they're used to make new capsules in the item lab. So going into the Augment Capsule Exchange here, at the very top are all of the augments that require this Formido Fusia. So at the top, Gigas Maste, this gives you 3.5% potency and 20 HP. So that's very nice. It's currently one of the best in slot capsules that you can get, but it's going to be pretty costly. It takes 10 of these Formido Fusias, as well as 10 of each Gigas 4 capsule. So the Might, Precision, and Technique 4. So this might take you quite a while to be able to put on your pieces of gear if you want to go for it. But also with these trippables, these are pretty good as well. So this trippable 2 is just a flat 3% potency. So it's pretty much better than like a Stereodomina if you're using those, because this doesn't give you a negative. But this requires 1 of the Fusias and 5 of each doable 4. Then for the rest of these trippables, they're kind of like the Fuse capsules from before, but just better. So this Sta trippable gives 15 HP and 3% potency, but then it requires 3 of these Fusias and 10 of the respective previous Fuse capsules. So Sta Might, Sta Precision, and Sta Technique. This is kind of the theme of the rest of them here. So the Spirit one of these trippables gives 5 PP and 3% potency, and then requires 10 of each of the Spirit ones. And then the Deafness, the same thing, and it gives 2.5% potency and 2.5% potency floor. And then the Guard one gives 3% potency and 3% damage resistance. Honestly, all these are really good, and they pretty much replace previous like best in slots or better capsules. So as mentioned before, this replaces like the Stereodomina, or pretty much like any of these do, because they give like 3% potency, while the Stereodomina gave a negative. And then for like the Def trippable here, this is essentially like a better Ultra Credit 4 because it has the same positives but no negatives. And just keep in mind though that with all of these, they're part of like the same category, so you can't really stack them on the same piece, unfortunately. But how long will it take you to actually get these Formido Fusias? Well, each run you can get up to 3, or you could get just 1. So it kind of depends on the rank that you get from completing. So as mentioned before, you get an S rank at 3 minutes. So this gives you 3 Fusias. If you get an A rank at 4 minutes, then you get 2. But if you just complete it with like within the 5-minute timer, you only get 1. So overall, this might be for you, this might not be for you. It kind of depends on how much effort you want to put in and if you want to bother trying to get those DeFi capsules or not. But this is a good money-making source or a way to get higher potency and more stats. Just keep in mind that with these Formido Fusias, these cannot be directly sold as is, and only can be sold if you convert them into these trippables or this Gigas Maste. That's pretty much everything that I have for you guys on these dual quests. I would just say good luck to you if you're going to try them. And for how many like DeFi capsules you need, it kind of depends on your skill level, what other capsules you have. I was able to complete it with some DeFi capsules on, so like 2 on this piece, 3 on here, and 3 on here. So you don't need to completely aug in that way, and you don't even really need it for your weapon either. I just had it on these armor pieces, but it's pretty much up to you and how you play. I'll see you guys in the next NGS video. Peace.